Hey everybody, I hope that you can hear me okay because I do not have my headset on, as you can see, and my son has TV on, so I might have to work on the volume of his TV. But today I wanted to start the live with actually making the magnesium oil. This is the one that I bought, and then I'm going to make one, and it's actually from the same people, and I was able to pick this up at a vitamin shop near me. You can get it online too. This is the magnesium chloride flakes because you don't want magnesium like Epsom salts. I wanted to welcome in. I saw God's desire for me at the top, and Miss Sharon, thank you for coming in so much. Thanks, Aid, for coming in. Yep, and my son is belching like a ginormous man in the background, in case you hear anything weird. Hey, sorceries and cats. Good to see you, Barry. Hey, Laura. Hey, Hedgehog Homestead. Congratulations on all those views. You guys should go over to her community tab and see, like, her views are crazy. It's amazing. But you've worked for it, Laura. Your posting and everything is incredible, for all these years I've known you. I already started with boiling. You want to use distilled. This is distilled water. And I just put it in my pan over here on the stove. I have a stainless steel pot, but I have glass. I have glass that I'm going to use to put it into. So I'm going to just put it here. So it's already pre-boiled. It's hot enough. Florida is so humid that the magnesium itself has already, these flakes, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this light. See how shiny it is? It started to melt already just from the humidity in the air from boiling this on the stovetop. Hey, Zaza Galore. Hey, Bayou Sugar Garden. Good to see you. So yeah, I'm going to wait just a couple more seconds. But yeah, I was just telling everybody, this is what I started with when I first started using magnesium oil years ago. It was already ready-made, and it was in my side chat when we did a whole live last week on magnesium and the different types of magnesium and its uses, that my Renaissance grandma and Miss Sharon were talking about how easy it was to make. And then I think it was my Renaissance grandma posted the recipe. Yeah, we in the kitchen. We want to talk about, like, I did clear some things off. My kitchen always looks like this. The counters are always clear with, small children in the house. Of course, that's realistic. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Zaza. Now, how do I say? Is it like Jaja Gabor? Zaza Galore? I hope I'm saying it right. Thank you for watching my content lately. It's really helping me, and it's helping my hours. For those of you who don't know, I finally hit 1,000, and then now I'm just slightly over, which I'm so grateful for. But it's the hours that Diva in the Dirt and I are working on. I want to thank Laura because she's been watching my content too and commenting, and just anybody who is just trying to help me get there. Diva is really good about putting out content, but we both still need our hours to get to those 4,000. Oh, really? How funny, Rob Painless. See, his wife made him use some. Yeah, it's great if you have like restless legs or Charlie horses or tight muscles. With fibromyalgia, we get a tightness right in the center area below our neck and between like our shoulder blades that it's really hard to deal with. And this has been a lifesaver for me. I also have used it for restless legs, and it's helped a lot by just spraying it on my legs and rubbing it in. And it's great too, for me at least, for sleep. Magnesium chloride or magnesium oil applied to the skin goes through transdermally, so it bypasses your stomach, so you're not getting a lot of the stomach upset that you can get with like magnesium oxide or magnesium what's the other one, citrate. Some of them can cause stomach upset and also diarrhea, which is never pleasant. But this, you can bring up your magnesium levels and do it in a way that's so slow that you will know. It won't just hit you like, like it hits you before you would go into a colonoscopy. Like this, you have more control with, but it's also one of the best ways to bring up your magnesium levels. Okay, well, like I said, had boiled the water on my stovetop. I'm going to measure out this is a liquid measure. For those of you who do not bake or cook, when you do your liquids, this is what you want. You want a liquid measure. So I'm going to put my liquids in here and hopefully not burn myself. I was watching Carl the Girl Miniature earlier, and she is hilarious, but she has a habit of spilling things and dropping things on the floor and saying the word shit a lot. Excuse me. But that's, yes. So we just laugh in her side chat and count how many times she says that and what she's dropped and what has, what we would never eat. But she's basically a comedian. It's a shtick, as you say. Okay, there we go. But she does give good ideas for recipes. You just would never want to eat at her house. So now I have a cup of pre-boiled, very hot water, distilled water. And I'm going to just pour in my magnesium flakes, 1 cup. And this is dry measure. I filled it to the top and kind of, how do you say it? Just took like my hand over it so it would kind of all settle in. You can do it with the knife too. But I'm trying to do this all in glass, and then I'm going to just stir it with wood. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then what you want is, I didn't have any of my glass jars. I was looking for them. I know I have them somewhere. You want a dark glass jar, or yeah, you could reuse a plastic. Like I could refill this. It's really the same stuff. But how much money I'll save compared to this small little bottle, buying this huge thing and just buying distilled water and making a bunch of these is unbelievable. It's already melting. You can see it just melts right away. And that's how it looks. And it's the magnesium itself that gives that oily consistency, of course, because water doesn't. And then that's your magnesium oil. It's that simple. So it's magnesium chloride flakes, 1 cup to 1 cup boiling distilled water. I'm going to put this back over here just so my son doesn't bump it. And I'm going to refill this later and hopefully find my dark glass. Like I have amber glass spray bottles that are great. Yeah, Rob, I think your wife and I would get along really well with some of the things that we like to do naturally. But yeah, I found out about magnesium oil, I want to say years ago, when the fibro started and my migraines started. But that was pretty much it. That was a quick demonstration. Super easy. Just like my Renaissance grandma said, hey, Nancy. Yeah, it's super, super easy. Oh, my goodness. Let me see that. There we go. Yeah, that's one way you can detox is a colonic. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me put that up. My son and I have used arthritis in our knees and hands. Okay. I've heard too for people who have psoriatic arthritis that this is good. It's healing actually for the skin, Miss Sharon. Colonic history therapist suggested magnesium. Yeah, it depends on which magnesium. Did they give you which one specifically? Because there's many magnesiums like we learned last week. Too funny. To come in here and look for him if you're not sure where he is. Aw, thanks. I love her hair. I've seen her page, but actually the big one was just mentioned about detoxing, which was God's desire for me. Some people go and have colonics or they do their own at home. I don't really do them only because I'm afraid that it might spread the bacteria in my lower colon up into any of my upper part of my GI tract. Okay, that's good advice. Yeah, do not touch your eyes if you have this on your hands. It's not a good time. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Miss Sharon. You can also add a few drops of your favorite essential oil to this, whatever helps you relax. You can put it in there. For me, I have let's see, I have some lemongrass, which is also anti-inflammatory. I love the smell of citrus. But citrus for me can be energizing, but it also can be relaxing. And of course, lavender if men aren't going to use it. Hey, Cece, we just made it. We just made it that quick. Already made the magnesium oil. It's in my little Anchor Hocking liquid measure. Talked about for people who don't bake. This is a liquid measure. This thing is floating because of the salt, the salinity probably. And this is a dry measure, and it looks like I still have a flake in there. Let's get those all out. Yeah, it feels, now that you mentioned that, Miss Sharon, it can sting some people when they come out of like the shower and they put it on, or even just the first few times putting it on. I found the more that I've used it, the less it stings on the skin. But it's supposedly good for eczema and psoriasis, is what we learned last week. Hey, the Bud Files, welcome in. Glad to have you guys. Hey, Yard Foods. I just made our magnesium oil. It was that simple. It was just 1 cup of boiled water. The water just needs to be distilled water. And then it was the magnesium chloride flakes. 1 dry measure, 1 cup. So 1 cup and 1 cup, and mix it together and it melts and you got it. Just got to pour it into a nice spray bottle. That is, not going to let light in. But one of the things that we need to do for ourselves too is drink enough water to detox our system. And I'm usually really good about that, but I haven't been lately. Hello there. So hilarious. I didn't expect that. Hello there. Oh, honey, you drink coffee. You just drink a drink that has caffeine or tea, like really strong tea. But usually coffee works for me. That's why I continue to drink just 1 cup of black coffee in the morning, because it helps me stay clear and clear out the yuck from asthma. There used to be a gal in my insurance agent's office that would spray lavender on me every time I went in there. Oh my gosh, she was feminizing you. Men should not wear lavender. They learned that later on that, it was affecting little boys in the creams. And they actually warned, it was the Johnson & Johnson, I think, that had a lavender. Uh-oh. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Yeah, you guys check out Yard Foods. She's got a great backyard and a wonderful little garden in the back. It's not that little. It's pretty big. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yes, we need Friday blessings. I know. Coffee sounds like a good idea. Hallelujah. You're going to drink more Coca-Cola. I think the sugar has the opposite effect if it's like a regular Coca-Cola. Kind of inflammatory. Yeah, they had it come out about the lotions for little boys. Yeah, you can look it up. I'm pretty sure. What am I burning up today? Just water. Just boiling the water. That's it. Nobody got hurt so far, thankfully. I know. I'm surprised that Carol, the girl miniature, didn't come in. I just made the magnesium oil. Super easy, super quick. Liquid measure. Then this is your measure, your dry measure. All you need is distilled water. This is for, the people in the back. And then you want magnesium flakes. And this is magnesium chloride. Make sure it is not Epsom salt. It is not made with Epsom salt. It's made with magnesium chloride. And it's super concentrated is the one I got, Life Flow. But that was the one that was available that I could grab today. locally. So we'll see. I've used it before though, because that's the same name, Life Flow. And it's actually 100% brine. So that's really what I did just make. I made a brine. And you spray the brine on yourself. So no wonder why it stings. We know about brines, those of us who make like a roasted turkey, brine your turkey. Yeah, I come on tonight. Tonight, though, it's just like adult chat, kind of. And, gardening chat we usually do at night. And this is the Fibro Friday is now, it's not Fibro Friday. We renamed it. It's like Be More Fabulous Friday. I forget. I even forget my own name. I renamed it. I have to go back and check. But this is usually for just helping us to stay healthy and get healthy for those of us who aren't. Oh my goodness, these glasses are terrible with the reflection. Adult Swim. Oh no. Adult Swim. Yeah, it can. It can if you use a lot of it. Oh, good for you, Shawnee. Yay. Shawnee, I was actually going to talk about fiber being one of the things, and that's your thing, girl. Fiber being one of the things that help us detox our bodies. It actually can help too with high cholesterol if you incorporate more fiber into your diet. We can go over what those are. I would say, yeah. Adult naughty chat. Pre-Saturday. Saturday, yeah. It's not too naughty. It's naughty once in a while. It's like, yeah, Adult Swim. That's where Rob got that. Oh my gosh, so bad. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the fiber, I was reading some of the foods that we can grab in the store when we're in the store that have like the highest fiber I can't eat, and that's kidney beans. For those of you who can eat, kidney beans, more power to you. I can't digest them. Other though foods are, hold on. I'm going to, wait a minute, let me close this and I'm going to pull something out. Okay. I'm getting some things out of my fridge. And I know there's more, but I can't find one thing that I wanted to pull out of my fridge. All right. Okay. So we like visuals on this channel. Berries and raspberries and strawberries in particular is what they recommend. Pears, I don't have any. Dark chocolate, the chia seeds I couldn't find, dark chocolate. This is, will make you straight up pucker. This is actually Lint's 100%. I can't eat that much of it because it has no sugar, no nothing. It's straight up cacao, basically, that has been made into a chocolate bar. Avocados, high in fiber. These are things that actually will detox you. So like the dark chocolate's great, 70% and up. This is what I like when I want something sweet. I do green apple. It's like sweet and tart. Yeah, see, she did say it already. I know, there will be balls. Yeah. 1-900. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's great. Okay, it also lowers blood pressure. Good to know. That's fantastic. That's really good. Yeah, she went right there. I didn't even see it before I grabbed it. Yep, dark chocolate does have it. I know. I noticed that too, that she dropped it. I don't know. Like, Rob, if this is 1-900 Carol, I think I should be getting paid. So like I'm going to have to put my Cash App up or something. Yeah, I think that was a good idea, actually, Shawnee. And I never thought to say that to you. Like, if that's your actual name, you might want to remove the last name. Oh, thank you, Miss Sharon. But yeah, those are some things. I was glad to see raspberries were on the list, so I grabbed some of those. The strawberries look amazing. These were organic. Of course, they're Walmart, so I'll be soaking them. Hopefully, wormies won't come out of them. But look at the size of that thing. Like, unbelievable. Just certain types of strawberries can give off those huge ones. I don't think we can grow the really big ones down here unless they're grown hydroponically and in the winter time. Hold on, let me shut this. And then I'll. Don't want you to judge me for how my fridge looks because it's a mess right now. It definitely needs to be cleaned out. But I thought I had my chia seeds in here. And I don't know where that whole bag went. They might be in the freezer though. Oh, I forgot one thing. There we go. And these are good too. And I get these actually too from Walmart. Here's another high fiber from Walmart. Yeah, they're not cheap, the organic strawberries, but I can't, like the thrips and everything, eat them down here. They're really hard for me to grow, and we don't get wild raspberries. So usually I'm doing for a berry, it's mulberries. It's mulberries. This right here, coconut. Great snack. Same thing. It's supposedly organic. You know, who knows? But these are great if you want a little snack. There's no sugar. They do have a vanilla version, but the reason I get the chunks is because it's not seasoned yet for coconut here. And what I will do usually, and I don't know if they'll let me to continue to do it, is I have, when I'm at Publix, I have one of the produce people actually open the coconut, so I don't go home and it's bad, and then have to go all the way back to the store and stuff. But there's nothing like fresh coconut meat, and it's loaded with fiber. Yeah, let me know how that is. I'm wondering how that would be. Yeah, we were talking about pseudograins before with trying to heal our gut. And yeah, amaranth is one. And the other one that I eat when I want something like a porridge is the cream of buckwheat, because my stomach hurts on oatmeal. Oatmeal is another high fiber food. I find that it can be high sugar though too, like a high carb, but this is I think this is a little lower, but it's still high carb. But that's okay, because you can carb cycle too. Like some people can carb cycle. Hey, Crooked Peach, you missed us making it. Took 2 seconds. Made it. I just didn't fill any bottles with it. Magnesium flakes. Whoop. 1 cup dry measure. Boiled my distilled water, and then I'll be darned, it's already crystallizing because it's cooling down. Used my distilled water, and we made it in the first 5 minutes, not even. Only took seconds because I had the water pre-boiled. And it's the same brand as the one I had bought already pre-made. So when my Renaissance Grandma said that last week in my Magnesium Live she gave the recipe, I was like, I've got to make it. No, you're fine. It's fine. Ooh, cool. Let me know how that is. I would love to know how that is. This is already cracked, so I can't sprout it. The cream of buckwheat. I probably could buy some buckwheat that isn't cracked, but this just says certified organic buckwheat, but it doesn't tell you it's cracked. But from seeing buckwheat online, this is like cracked. This has the texture of like an Irish oatmeal, which is probably a better oatmeal to get than some of the, Quaker. Plus, I'd be leery of Quaker after they had a bunch of recalls. Oh, good. I'm glad you got a lot planted. I saw you say, oh no, my watermelon. I'm like, got to be kidding me. I went and got BT. That's why I was at Walmart. I was looking for BT for the possible cutworms. And I'm going to put down the diatomaceous earth too. And then if it's the rabbits, I'm going to cage them. Yeah. So, okay, fiber is one of the ways we can detox. Another way is again, it's magnesium, and that's to soak in Epsom salts. Some of you don't know that there's actually Epsom England. If you didn't, tune in last week, there's Epsom England, and that's where that magnesium comes from. The Epsom salts come from in their pure form. The best I can explain it is it's like when pure cocaine comes in from Colombia and then it's cut and sold on the street. Well, the same thing happens with Epsom salts. When they're brought to America, they're either cut and we don't get pure Epsom salt that is natural, or we get lab made completely. It's really, difficult to get pure Epsom salts unless you buy them directly from Epsom England. I think I told you in one of the lives, right? I hope that's me as the coolest lady. Yeah, I found that out actually from Aid. Aid helped me with that. I didn't know that. That helps to know English people. Oh, thank you, Crooked Peach. But then we were just talking about fiber and fiber foods that we can eat to help cleanse our system. And colonics is what God's Desire for Me had mentioned. Oh, good. 3 gallons. There you go. Oh, you're going to make strawberry preserves. Don't forget to eat some just raw. She was saying she had gotten a colonic, and that's another way to detox your body. Drinking water. We went over the drinking water and herbal teas. Great way to detox. And now that we're in summer, another way to easy detox is get outside and sweat. Sweating is a detox. You just make sure that you are hydrating along the way. I checked on my sad one. Walmart plant and good. Oh, I'm glad, Storms. And then maybe it'll survive. That's fantastic. Yep, sweet potato squash. Those are great. Yep, for fiber. Yep, sweet potato and squash are great. Interesting. Huh. Let me know how it is. I'm like leery of the collagen, except for like maybe that you make yourself from, making it yourself, making your own bone broths and things like that. But yeah, let me know how it is. It probably will help heal your gut. I can't do cranberry. Not that it's great. Cranberry is one of those juices that it kills staph. It's streptococcus. No, sir. No, it's not funny. Don't do that. Sorry, it's doing something he's not supposed to. Yeah, it sounds really good. So yeah, that would definitely help your microbiome, it seems like, for sure. I'm not sure why they would make it an adrenal cocktail though. Other than the coconut water and salt would be electrolyte. Did they say why they consider that? Cranberry would be like a diuretic that also clears out bad bacteria. Okay, let's see. I juiced a gallon of strawberry. Ooh, that sounds so yummy. Strawberries you can also too. This is going to gross some people out, but you can juice broccoli, and if you put strawberries in with it and a little bit of like a citrus, it kind of cuts the broccoli flavor, and you're getting like the benefits of broccoli or broccoli sprouts, and then you got the strawberry and the citrus kind of cutting it a bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, another one I can't do too well is pineapple, which is fantastic because it's totally anti-inflammatory and it's pretty fibrous. And I didn't see it mentioned in, some of the stuff that I was reading. Okay, Shawnee, that sounds good. I'm so glad that it is coming back. Yeah, microbiome talk. Oh no, we already did microbiome talk when I did I did a yeast cleanse, and yeah, that was what took me off of sugar for over, I think it was 2 months. And yeah, microbiome and leaky gut, we've talked about that with the Candida cleanse that I did. Yeah, I love broccoli too. I actually do. But for people who won't eat it raw, you can juice it and put it with those 2 juices and it cuts it. You kind of have to like green juices to start with, and then you would be okay with it. There's broccoli sprouts too. There's a man on here who had the big C word, and he did a strict regime of broccoli sprouts, and I believe it was wheatgrass. I can't do wheatgrass. It burns me all the way down because I believe I do have somewhat of a wheat sensitivity, wheat allergy. But he cleared himself. Whatever type he had, that did it, and it cleared himself. Not that it would work for everybody. I am not putting that up storms because cheddar cheese, no. That's another thing too. You want to help your body clear and detox, get away from dairy for a while. Dairy does not help. Oh, those are really good. Yeah, they do have amazing flavor. They have them down here, and they cut the tops off so you can't use the tops, saving their stock so people won't grow it down here because they know we can grow it. Two of my broccoli plants are tiny. Oh, good. That's awesome. Diva grew a bunch of broccoli, Miss Sharon, and then she continued to have it, like the little heads continue to come up, so she would just keep clipping it and using it. You're no fun. I know I'm no fun. Believe me, I've been eating fun, and now I've got to stop. I've got to get back to doing what's good for me because I feel much better. In fact, like these I'm addicted to as far as a healthy snack. Oh, you saw my crazy fridge. No one speak of my fridge if you saw it. But yeah, I love them. Yeah, the side shoots will keep coming up. That's what happened with Divas. Yeah, Hedgehog Homestead is an amazing gardener too. You should see all her beds she has going now. I can't even get out there and stack my beds and get them going. I mean, you can see I don't have my headphones in my thing. I've always got something going on in the background. In fact, I'm really concerned that the AI is going to pick up the TV sounds and possibly lock this live down, but it's not a super long live for the daytime one, so hopefully it'll be okay. But what are some other things that you guys have done that have helped detox you when you haven't maybe been eating so good? What are some of the things that you've done yourself that you felt really helped you get back on track? Okay, let me see it. Pick your vitamin C. Pick your vitamin C, potassium, salt, and a salt. Huh. That's, you know what that sounds like? Instead of adrenal cocktail, it kind of sounds like adrenal cocktail, but it sounds like the Magnesium Miracle almost, because their vitamin C was like orange juice, which was not good for me. And then it was, what is that stuff? I was trying to remember it last time. You put it in egg whites when you're making meringue, and it's like the only time you ever use the stuff. Like I have some in my fridge that I probably should throw out. I might have thrown out and got a new one. One thing you need to know about growing broccoli is it likes a lot of nitrogen. Yeah, I believe it would. So give it a lot of nitrogen. Okay, that's good advice. I love that. It is private. That's right. I should put like censor on. Like if I could do that. When this live loads, I wish I could go in and edit and just put a censored across it. That would be hilarious. Oh, good. Okay. Wonderful. Yes. My fridge is a science project right now. I need to like clean the whole thing out probably. It's a family affair. So yeah, I just have to, I have to release and let God. I will clean it, and then the next day it will have something that is in it that has spilled or whatever. So yeah, it's a constant science project, morphing and changing all the time. Yep, apple cider vinegar and water. Yeah, with or without lemon, or water with or lemon. Oh, or lemon water. Yeah, I've done those. Those are good. Apple cider vinegar water too brings down blood pressure. That's why I have to be careful because I can have low blood pressure. It also changes your pH really fast, both of those, lemon and apple cider vinegar. And yes, they are good detoxers. Where are we? Wait. Hold on, you guys, it just went. Yeah, I just cut the bad out is good. It's just for helping your body, because really the body knows what to do. But if you've been on, a month of eating just crap in your diet because there's been birthday parties or celebrations or whatever, sometimes it helps to jumpstart it with some of these things. Yeah, I've heard about it too upon waking, Shawnee, like for your liver, it helps supposedly help your liver kick out the bad stuff that, it maybe isn't having an easy time getting rid of. I do. I get you. We could grow a lot better garden here if we got rain more than yeah, we're having that problem right now, Rob. It's drier than it's been. Even though we're humid, we're not getting the rains that we usually do this time of year, and everything is dying out back that usually is not dying but thriving this time of year. They're in Texas, Crooked Peach. I am too. Like, I'm a recovering junk food addict. Like, yeah, I hear you, Miss Sharon. I am, but I also like healthy foods, but it's so hard to stick to healthy foods once you get a taste of the other stuff, because sugar really is like cocaine. It totally is like cocaine. And carbs make you crave more carbs. So like if I start my morning and I have, say, hash browns with my eggs, that's it. My day is wanting carbs for the rest of the day. I'm wanting carb. And same thing with dinner. If I have like a mashed potato, I want something sweet after dinner. I want a dessert. I want to see if that's the same way if I would have a baked potato, because you're supposed to be able to carb cycle, and I want to be able to do that, because keto didn't really work for me, and neither did carnivore, and we really need carbs for prebiotics. And our brain, like, carnivores are going to come for me saying this, but our brain is glycogen. Like, it functions off of glycogen, so you need like a certain amount. But they'll say, no, you don't, that it functions off of fats. So, yeah, whatever, my Petri dish is different than your Petri dish, meaning my body. Pretty much. Yeah, I drink it way watered down, but I can't have much of it. I can't have much of anything that is like, I would rather have some kimchi. If I'm going to eat something that is like that, or pickles, I'd rather have a really good pickle. Be careful. High Plains. I'll be careful, sweetheart. You be careful too. I'll be careful. Fermented. I couldn't think of the darn word fermented. About 40 miles from New Mexico, where things get interesting. I'd rather rum Coke. Instead of just Coke, you'd rather have a rum and Coke? Is that what you're saying? Or you'd rather have a rum and Coke than, I know you'd rather have a rum and Coke than broccoli. That's not your favorite. I know that. Oh, okay. You haven't tried them yet. All right. Well, hi, honey. If you have any issues with fermented stuff, for me, I couldn't do kombucha after a while. Kombucha gave me thrush because it is a wild yeast that is fermenting that kombucha. Some people swear by it, say it's the best thing ever. I think the MTHFR gene, though, we're not supposed to have ferments like other people, so we have to take it a little bit easier on the ferments, including now that I'm older, it's alcohol. I can't have much. Oh, bourbon sounds good though. Gosh, though, yeah. What are you guys doing to me? That's also, alcohol makes me crave sugar. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're trying so hard to stop. It is hard. You have to some of it is you have to replace it with like a fibery fruit. If it's just sweets, if it's that crispy, salty thing, that's what I'm working on too, Miss Sharon. I got to find, because like celery doesn't do it for me. So yeah, we need to like have a chips thing, something that fills that void of when you want chips. Oh, we're on the Atlantic. We're on the side of your in-laws. I'm not far. Abe told me, or not far from your in-laws at all. I'm south of them, not far at all. So our little pocket, though, like people west of us have gotten rain, but where we are, our pocket, we got like 5-minute storm the other day, and that's it. And we haven't been getting rain. It is hard. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I got on a list, and now I'm having all these phone calls that are awful. If I could just stop the sweet tea. Oh, yeah. Well, just cut back on it. Like, cut it maybe with regular tea a bit more. So you're not, you know what I mean? Like, make yourself some fresh tea, whatever that might be, and cut it and back off of it that way, rather than, unless you do cold turkey well, you know. But yeah, the sweet tea, you will be happy once you get away from that, because that's just really not good for anything. That's just pure, like, you're drinking, yeah, sugar. That's why, too, I'm drinking black coffee now, because I was drinking my sugar. Yeah, bread and butter pickles are good, but they have more sugar in them. That's the only thing with them. But yeah, I like bread and butter pickles too, but I don't do pickles that often. And if I do, it's like more low sugar, like a dill, meat and veg, fruit, very little dairy. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And your Crooked Peach, you know, it's more based on your energy levels and things like that for you, because it's not like you've got a lot of weight hanging on you, you know. But yeah, Nancy, I like bread and butter pickles with certain things too, more than others. I like it. Yeah, I'll just relish. I like relish on a hot dog once in a blue moon, in a very blue moon, because the hot dog now has to be like nitrite and nitrate free and all that other crap I can't have in a hot dog. Average rainfall. Oh, wow. Only 4 inches of rain all year long? That's not, yeah, that would be too dry of a place for me. I wouldn't function well at all. Even when it gets dry here, I don't function well. I wake up and I'm like coughing and gagging sometimes. Hard places. How do you go out to eat? Yeah, usually it's off menu stuff, or it's their side menu. It's asking for, you know, something broiled or something baked without the breading. And same thing with the veg, the steamed veg if they have it, or a big salad and chicken if they have the chicken. But it's like, that doesn't seem like fun. So, you know, maybe save those calories up. If it's a weight thing, save the calories up for going out, or just plan on, you know, drinking some detox teas and eating really well after to get rid of the stuff. And of course, using your magnesium spray. That's the other thing with this. You can spray this on your belly and use it to move things along. Some people have it move things along faster than others. So you have to know your own system and just kind of, you know, go easy with it. But it's a kind of easier laxative on the body. So doing something like that would get rid of the bad stuff quick. Not that I'm suggesting it completely, but I am, that you know, cleanse yourself. But it's just kind of like a colonic. That's kind of colonic does, but you know, you're doing it naturally on your own. Oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, I did hear about yeah, the quinoa chips. I've heard about the chia quinoa. I have the there's also some of the bodybuilders eat the Quest, but even some of those Quest chips can have a bunch of crap in them, but they're protein chips. I haven't found the ones that are strictly chia quinoa, but I have, there's the other one that's grain free too, because some of the chia quinoa ones are still corn. Like they contain quinoa and chia, you know what I'm saying? But They say that, but it's still like mostly corn with a little of that thrown in. But there's also the other one that is cassava and chia, and I don't know if it has quinoa in it. But they, I think, changed the recipe on those. Hey, official Jamie, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Well, we made in the very beginning, if you want to watch it, I just made the magnesium oil. Super, super easy. Yeah, it is a big money saver. We don't really eat out either. We usually don't eat out. And we didn't before anyway, because he won't eat. And that makes me upset. And then, like, it's no fun. Like, if we eat out, the we is my daughter and I, and we'll go someplace, but it's not that often. And it's not super, super expensive. Oh, hey, Moon. Welcome. Yeah, we talked about that previously. POFAs, yep, the industrial cooking oils we've talked about. And high fructose corn syrup, I went over about sugars and how high fructose corn syrup is, very much the devil and what it's doing to us. I believe those are all in my playlist for Fibro Fridays. I know, right? Me too. Yeah, and you've got, more than one kid. So yeah, absolutely. Us moms deserve that once in a while. Well, you don't want to lose too much weight. That can be a bad sign. But that's also because you're outside working all the time in the garden. Yeah, I agree. That's hardly any rain at all. Like, how do you even grow a garden in that? You'd have to grow all the Mediterranean stuff, basically. And even that, they still need some water. Oh, well, that's good. But to get them sweet, though, you still have to add sugar. That's the same. Like, I don't eat bread because I know it's just going to go right to my butt. And everybody's doing like the sourdough and everything. And I told Diva, I'm not doing sourdough until I lose the weight I want to lose. And then I'll start sourdough because I'll want to like keep, eating it. I love bread. That's what got me like from a size. I was probably a size 6 and I went up to size 12 when I was working at bakery. All of a sudden, I had never, put on weight like that. It wasn't the sweets in the Italian bakery. It was their bread right out of the oven. But, Diva 2 will tell you the sourdough bread is a fermented bread and it is better for your gut than what you would get at the store. So if you're going to have bread, make it sourdough. Yeah, well, 5 ingredients or less is usually the rule. That's what eating clean most people will go off of is 5 ingredients or less. I like less than that too. That's the same thing with people who eat nuts. I'll tell you what, I didn't buy any cashews today because Walmart didn't have any that were dry roasted. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, I saw that. I'll watch the replay. They didn't have any that were dry roasted that were cashews. So of course I have to choose the most expensive one because it was the only one that was dry roasted. And dry roasted meaning it doesn't have any oils under there where it says dry roasted. It's dry roasted, whatever the nut is, and maybe some salt, and that's it. And you don't want, and what is contained in most nuts is cottonseed oil. Cottonseed oil was, we've learned is like an engine lubricant, and then like they didn't eat it till after they used it for engines, which is so gross. Like I would think it would be the opposite. Yeah, chia. Call a friend. I love that. Yeah. I wish I had those kind of friends. Yeah, I don't trust many restaurants anymore either. And if you watch Carol the Girl Miniature when she's making stuff, today she had Then she had the hairy towel, and all of us in the side chat were like, not the hairy towel. And official Jamie was there. We were all cracking up. She's such a like comedian, but it makes you think like, okay, well, what is back there in that kitchen that I'm not seeing? Is there a hairy towel? Yeah, but they're not good on the on your system. They're not really that good on your system. Pecan oil I could see being good because it's a nut oil. If it's cold pressed and it's fresh oil. The problem with those oils is they go rancid really easily, Rob, and they go rancid in a lot of the baked goods that they like to sell to us with that corn syrup included. So our cells aren't knowing what to do with that. And that's how we get sick because our body isn't recognizing that stuff. Yeah, that's what I use too. I use the avocado, the olive, and the lard and tallow. But they do use like the cottonseed oil, and they will use like all different types of oils in your potato chips and in your nuts, and they're not healthy oils. Even people have to, like peanut oil. How fresh is that peanut oil going to stay? Hopefully fresh, but it affects the fats that now were in that nut oil, nut that you were buying, because peanuts a legume. It's just just get it as close to the real food as you can, and you're better off. Yeah, you can. I just don't use it. I use like an avocado or an olive oil because it actually has things in it that are anti-inflammatory, whereas the other ones are omega-6 fatty acid fats, and those are inflammatory fats. So cottonseed oil would be probably an omega-6, and I'm pretty sure it is. I would have to double check it. And you don't want that. For heart health, you don't want that. You want the avocado and the olive oil, and you're gonna make potatoes some of it. Oh, cool. Oh, I bet that'll be delicious. Tallow is actually what McDonald's used to use until yeah, exactly. The more oxygenated or hydrogenated, yes, the quicker it can go rancid. That is very true. Indeed. But we're also looking at too what kind of fatty acids we're putting in our body and making sure with today's diet, the omega-6s are too high, which isn't good for heart health. And omega-3s are where you kind of want to hover to keep things flexible and movable. I don't fry much either, yeah. But the tallow anyway was McDonald's had early on, McDonald's had fried their fries in tallow, and that's why they had such a great flavor and nobody could compare. And who knows what else their secret ingredients were, but the main ingredient was tallow. So when we went to these hydrogenated, healthier oils, which weren't, they sprayed their fries with tallow so they would still taste like McDonald's fries. So they weren't technically frying in saturated fat. They were frying in, the crappier hydrogenated oils and still had the other oil on there and somehow had them processed to where it maintained the flavor. Yep, ghee is a pretty good one too. I just can't, there's like a flavor to ghee for me. I'm going to have to try and make my own because like the jarred ghees, like from the, like the Whole Foods and those kind of stores has like a kind of tang to it that I'm not really happy with, I'll just say. Yeah, and sugar. Of course, it was sugar. They have a lot of stuff in that spray. Yeah. But it definitely was tallow. I'm sure there was sugar in it, but the tallow was the main ingredient that they switched into the spray because they could no longer use it to fry in. Yeah. Okay. See, but I was always the girl who, if I went out for say like crab or, lobster, like a special dinner, I always told him, please don't bring me the clarified butter. Bring me actual butter. You've melted it and I want to see the butter fat in it because I like the flavor better. I didn't like clarified butter, like the flavor, the sweet, how it gets kind of sweet. I didn't like that at all. Oh, well, I'm not going to talk you out of it if you're using tallow and you're only doing it it's not like a constant thing you're doing once in a while. Once in a while, like our great grandparents used to say, moderation is key, and of course they weren't talking about street drugs. We know that they weren't talking about street drugs. They were talking about like your foods. Moderation is key. Like if you're going to have a little this, have a little of it. Don't make it, a quarter of your diet. And unfortunately, we've made fats and sugars like 50% of our diet in America. And that's why we're all sick. We're all inflamed. And it's not healthy fats. Yeah, homegrown potatoes. Yeah. With French fries once in a while. I actually did watch a guy who said that was one of the things that he ate and he still lost weight was he made homemade French fries. And I was like, tell me more. Please tell me more. But he said the reason why, like he would make them actually in the, what do they call that thing that everybody has one but me? Air fryer. He would make them in the air fryer instead of deep frying them. And I think he did still fry some, but he did it because he had kids and it was one food that they loved. So he just kept it in their diets, but he didn't like eat them the same way all the time. But he said about potatoes being very filling. So when he was cycling and doing carbs, like that day was carbs with his, proteins, he would do potatoes because they were the most filling. And I was like shocked. I can't necessarily do much with the potatoes because of them being in that same family with tomatoes and nightshades. So too much and I get sore. Oh, you can eat kudzu. Yeah, and some of them aren't autoimmune. Some of them are hormone disrupted disorders, which they're not going to say. And as our hormones are all thrown off. And it's also the same thing like Shawnee was talking about before with, where is it? Where she was making that special drink. Gluten-free, there she is. Gluten-free is great too for your microbiome. And mostly because anything like wheat free, unless you're getting 100% organic wheat and grinding it yourself, you are getting glyphosate. I think, yeah, dark chocolate. I'm trying to find where she said it because then I can. There's popping amaranth. She's doing that drink for her adrenals. It finally came. Adrenals, that word never wants to stick. Just never wants to stay. But if your hormones go off, your adrenals take over. And if your adrenals are shot, which most of us in this high, like intense world pre, 2020 parallelogram, most of ours are shot and we need to nourish them and we need to get our rest. And I'm, preaching to the choir because I'm terrible at sleeping and getting to bed on time, even though I can, like on certain nights, I could go to bed earlier. No, my brain is like, I don't want to, and it won't let me just rest. Oh, you guys have tons of it? Yeah. Crooked Peach is actually not in Georgia, for you guys who don't know. She's in Virginia. So that's probably why she's not experiencing the kudzu. That's awful. No, I've never heard that, but I bet you could. It would be like kale chips, maybe, which are very cleansing, by the way. So if you make kale chips, just be aware if you're enjoying them to go easy because it's still kale and it still will wipe your insides clean because it's kale. Just, just be aware. But there you go. That's a detoxifier right there. Kale chips. Yes. Big rainbow. Yep. Yeah. Yep. You have to be careful with the fruit though, because you don't want too high sugary either, because you don't want a candida overgrowth, which candida is one of the worst things for our guts because it actually can form roots, go down, and cause the leaky gut syndrome. It actually attaches in a root-like structure into our stomach and gut lining and throughout our intestines. And we all have candida, which is a yeast. We all have it. But the problem is in the American diet, because we have so much sugar and because we have so much stress, it overgrows. And then once it takes hold, and our immunity drops too. If we have, cold or, our immunity drops a little bit, it also gets stronger. And if we are not backing off the sugars and we are not backing off like our carbs, it's just going to continue like a wildfire and causing that permeability in our gut. And then that goes into our bloodstream and that can cause the autoimmune issues too. I made some a few years ago. Ooh. Yeah. That sounds really good. What? They taste like Pringles. You have to spread the word. If people knew that they could make kudzu taste like Pringles, people would be eating the crap out of kudzu. That is one thing that you could do a video on, Miss Sharon. That, that's like, yeah, because there's so much of it free for all around that, and people love and miss Pringles who aren't eating them anymore. Oh, you're welcome. I'm sorry. Like all this is kind of in my playlist. So, just have her browse through, and I feel I don't want to sound like I'm a know-it-all. I'm not. It's just some of this stuff is coming around from what I studied back in 2013 when I first started to get sick. And I was doing really well until my father got sick. And then I just said, F it, basically. And I like F myself too, like F my care, and that's what we do sometimes as caregivers is just, forget our self-care. Oh, thanks, Rob, for coming in though. Much love to you too. And I totally understand. Yeah. What time is it? Okay. Not much longer. We're almost done. I wonder if it would. Work in an air fryer. How did you do it last time, Ms. Sharon? Did you like deep fry it or did you put it in the oven like kale chips? I'm hoping I'm not going to have like shin splints or anything from the way that I am like leaning towards you guys on my calves. Oh, for those of you who don't know, there's like a high knee challenge that's going around YouTube. I can't remember. I know Buddha's doing it. Buddha of Destiny's doing it, but I can't think of the Georgia channel that some of us subbed to a few weeks ago, who YouTube was giving a hard time. She's the one who started it. And it's basically just doing exercises where you're bringing your knees up, and you can even do it in a chair. Oh, you fry them in oil. I bet they would be good. Yeah, I need to get it. I think, is yours an air fryer, the toaster oven, Barry? Is it the combo? I forget. Yeah, I wouldn't mind an air fryer, and I know my kids would love it. Thank you, Georgia Girl. Georgia Girl and Kay Renee. There we go. Is it Kay's Kitchen is the channel? Okay. Thank you. Hey, girl, dad. Cooking up deliciousness. There you are. Thank you for being here. And Boss Lady Denise. I think, though, it was Georgia Girl and Kay Renee who came up with it. And then Buddha was pushing them out. Okay, it is a combo. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting an air fryer. The only thing is I want to look into it and see which ones have like the least toxic stuff going on. Some of them have some metals and off-gassing. That's a little bit iffy. Good to see you, sir. If you didn't see it early on, I made what this is in the bottle, the magnesium oil. And I bought my own magnesium flakes earlier today to just make some myself. Super easy. Oh, you'd be proud of me, girl dad. I showed them. Because some people don't they didn't learn how to cook growing up. And I don't know who's seeing, my videos. Liquid measure, dry ingredient measure. So magnesium flakes went in here, the boiled distilled water went in here, and then I just used a wood spoon so there wouldn't be any kind of weird reactions because, chemistry. Because you never know, what people know and don't know, what prior knowledge. That's the thing, when we get good at something, we forget where we started, and that sometimes people aren't starting with that same core knowledge. So you have to go all the way back down to bring them up so they are not skipping, steps. And yeah, because it's just not the same, me using 2 of these compared to me using this and the liquid measure. But I'm not going to actually be on too much longer because I will be on later on tonight, which would be more of an adult kind of chat. It's not super dirty or anything, it's just if one of those things is said, it's, among other adults. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I noticed that too, that a lot of people are using the dry ingredient cups for liquid measures too, or yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you just don't know what people's prior knowledge is. You're distracted by I know, right? How many times have I recapped it when people come in? I just want them to know, I feel watch my replay. Darn it. I hope Jamie was in the background so she saw it. It was pretty simple, simplest recipe I've ever made, 1-to-1 ratio. Boil the water, put that in, stir, it's done. It's even, simpler, I think, to me than simple syrup. But yeah, you just don't know what people are coming in with and knowing or not knowing. Some people, their parents may have just gotten them McDonald's growing up. You just don't know. Oh, your cats are so cute, Barry. They love you so much. It is funny. They do pick their people and they know who, what people are good people and what people are not, good people. My neighbors, it was funny. I'm pretty sure he was an alcoholic because he would pass out with his stereo blaring so loud with their door open when his wife would be on duty. Both of them worked in the hospital, which is scary to think of. To the point where he had his door open, my husband walked in, and that's how he found out that he was passed out. Well, they had this cat, and they were telling me, oh, that cat doesn't like anybody. Be careful. He really doesn't like anybody. And I looked down, and that cat is rubbing up against my leg and circling me. And I just bent down, scratched the cat. And I'm like, oh, okay, really? Seems fine to me. So that cat was didn't like them, didn't like something about them, but he was fine. Sweet cat, actually. No. Oh my gosh, no way. That's a huge step. I've known Laura since she was just starting out with her channel. That's amazing. That's awesome, Laura. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, hopefully we won't have some of the interesting people that'll come in your side chat tonight so we can just relax and have fun. That was so weird. That was a little bit weird, but yeah, definitely announce that tonight. I think that's great. Oh, while we're talking about announcements, so tonight is mine, 11:30 Eastern is the nighttime Friday. Tomorrow, I think Maureen is still doing her 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern chat because she's visiting her mom. So, but I'm pretty sure she's still doing it. And then Barry does a chat that we kind of go and hang out at Storms, Radios, and Cats at 9:30 Eastern. And then he's also doing another one on Wednesdays at 1. And yeah, that's pretty much, and of course I'm in Miss T's usually in the morning in the side chat, or I'll be on panel if she, invites people up. I go up if I can, or if I'm welcome to come up. But just love hanging out. And Swoop Like Me, that's a real adult chat. That's on later at 11 p.m. I believe, on Swoop Like Me. I think Official Jamia has a new video out too. And Laura has one out like every single day, just about. She's got a video. I think it is every single day. You're welcome. Oh, Miss Sharon, get your nap. You're so good. You're so good in my side chat. So, yeah, Official Jamia just did another mukbang, which I haven't gotten over. I want to get over to watch video. And Girl Dad, I need to come over and visit you too and see if you've got any new videos that I've missed. I'm sure you do, because I can always go back in time and watch some of your older ones. But I appreciate everybody who's come in. Just check each other out, support one another. I know there's only so many of us to go around, and that's hard sometimes, but we do the best we can. And I appreciate you so much, and hopefully I'll see you later on tonight. Bye, everybody. Stay healthy, stay well, and stay happy.